Hi everyone, we are Sarah
And Hinano.
from Identify, a student organization located in Japan.
In this YouTube channel, we interview students from all over the world, including those who have lived or studied in different countries. In today's video, we invited Mavis from Hong Kong to talk about her experience in Hong Kong and Australia and her passion for mental health issues in Asia. So, let's get started.
So I'm Mavis and I am from Hong Kong, really controversial place. And I studied in Geelong for about 2 years, I guess, less than 2 years. And I came back to Hong Kong because of COVID. So yeah, it's been a weird year.
Yeah. Geelong is in Australia. Geelong is in Victoria, and Victoria is in Australia.
Yeah, and Melbourne.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Anything you
So
want to tell us?
Hong Kong is a pretty interesting place because it was before it was like a colony of like the UK, and then now it's back to China kind of, and then they have their own set of rules. Well, it's kind of special. It's like a special administrative place, and that's what makes Hong Kong kind of like special, I guess. And also it's really multicultural, and we have to learn quite a lot of languages as we grow up. So it is a pretty interesting place.
Yeah.
How many languages do you study?
I personally I learned English and Mandarin and Cantonese in like a really from like really young age, because we have to speak to other students like other people, and I'm currently learning Japanese as well, so
And Korean, right?
yeah, and Korean, but I'm not
that's
good at
cool.
Yeah.
that.
Okay, so next question is, what do you like the most about Hong Kong?
My favorite thing about Hong Kong is the food, and yeah, because it tastes so good, and you can't really find these stuff like around the world. Like it's mostly like dim sum, like the most famous things are dim sum, but there are other like traditional food, like moon cakes and what's that called, like sticky rice, like rice cakes. Those are really good. The other thing I like about Hong Kong is like the mountains, because lately I've been hiking a lot. So like it's actually really weird because like no one really hikes in Hong Kong. They just come here and they're like, oh, it's a really pretty city, but they don't go to the mountain.
Yeah.
So that is pretty interesting thing I found out because of COVID, actually, because we can't go like traveling around the world, right? So I started exploring around my home, actually, because it's really like there is like a lot of mountains surrounding us, so it is really interesting. Yeah, and it's so pretty. Yeah, so
That's nice.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm surprised there are mountains in Hong Kong. I thought there are a lot of high buildings and no much nature in there.
Yeah, it is really, it's like a different side, maybe. Yeah, you won't come here for traveling, like you won't hike, but it is really fun. So yeah, if you come to Hong Kong, maybe try like hiking. It is really pretty. Australia. Okay, Australia. I find the academic system in Australia really fun because you don't only do academics, like you have to do sports, like it's compulsory, and also they encourage you to do like clubs and stuff. So yeah, it's really different from Hong Kong, because like in Hong Kong you just study, right? Like in Asian countries you just study, and like we like many people have tutors. I don't know if you guys have tutors in Japan.
In
Yeah.
Japan, I don't think so, but my university have.
Yeah. So people go to like tutor place and then they
Yeah.
study
Oh, maybe that what's it called in Japanese? Um,
cramming or something. I don't know.
yeah, but one-on-one. 家庭教師.
Ah.
Oh yeah, that, yeah.
Yeah, I think
That's
it's
it.
similar to that, but you go to the teacher, right?
Yeah, so they have like something called study study center.
Okay.
So you can go there and they will provide like materials for you to like
Mhm.
more materials for you instead of homework. Like you have like 3 different homeworks.
Mhm.
So from that and then from school and from another person that you find, I don't know. So and doing past papers is really a thing here. I don't know why. So like yeah, that's basically the school life in Hong Kong. It's just academics mainly. So it's kind of different.
Yeah. In classrooms in Hong Kong, do you think there are a lot of discussion?
Yeah, so in my school, like my old school, it was actually there's a lot of discussion. But in my friends' schools, like those really top-notch number one schools, like you don't really have much. You have projects to do, but you don't really talk much in class, I guess. So that's another different point. So in Australia, like we have to sit together and we have a group or something and we can discuss stuff. But in Hong Kong, it's not as it's getting better, I think. But some schools are still really traditional. Yeah.
What do you think is the most significant issue in Hong Kong?
So currently, I think it's COVID. Yeah, COVID is really like taking a hit, I guess, around the world as well.
Yeah.
But instead of COVID and like the protest stuff, like as you guys know in 2019, I think the other really important stuff that people gloss over sometimes is like income inequality in Hong Kong. So yeah, some people are like really, really rich and some of them don't have like they have we have like a lot of homeless people on the street as well. So I feel like that is a really important issue that people like we have to address as well. And like I think some the other person like another girl that's on your YouTube channel, she said about the housing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is really expensive and I did some research on that and it's like the number one highest value around the world. So like the housing like average housing price is the highest in the world and I was like bro that's crazy.
Yeah.
So like we can't really afford the housing because it's so expensive and you have to work so long for so hard for just enough money to like buy a house. And yeah, and because Hong Kong is so small, so they need like more land to build more houses, but it's it's kind of hard, you know. So yeah, that's another problem, I think.
Does government work to like help homeless
Um
people?
yeah, I guess kind of, but most of the work are done by like NGOs, like non-government organizations. Like they give out some like free food and they give out like blankets and stuff for them in the winter. So um those voluntary work is really important, I think. But the government isn't doing much, I guess. 'Cause they have like other stuff to do. I don't know what other stuff, but like so yeah, it is pretty.
How has the government dealt with COVID in Hong Kong?
So it is really interesting. We don't have lockdowns in Hong Kong, so yeah, that is kind of funny, and because we can't really lock down like because people live in the same building, skyscrapers and stuff, and so I think they dealt with it okay, but not that good. So they have restrictions. So before only 2 people can sit together in a restaurant in one table.
Two.
Yeah, and now it's like 4 or like more people. They're like making it more. They're loosening up the restrictions now because it's getting better in Hong Kong. But yeah, I don't know
Is
what
it
they're
better now?
Yeah, it's like 16 cases. Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, because we don't have that much people.
Yeah, that's why. But like yesterday in Osaka, we had like 1,000 or something, more than 1,000.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
In where in Japan, like as a whole?
in
Osaka.
Osaka, just
Oh, in
Osaka.
Osaka.
Yeah,
Oh.
only Osaka.
Oh, that's kind of sad.
So for the issues that you mentioned earlier, how are young people in Australia trying to solve those issues?
Australia, isn't it Hong
Australia?
Kong?
Did I say Australia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm too getting used to it. Sorry, Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think about the protests, like people are really young people are really
Right.
involved in that part because um they want freedom and stuff. Like they want to be able to speak their minds. So that is really impressive. Like I think it's really impressive. And but when it comes to housing and stuff, we don't really have like the power to do much.
Right.
So yeah, that is kind of like yeah, we can't do much about housing and income inequality, but people like young people are really active like since 2014. Like there have been like a lot of protests involving young people in Hong Kong, and they're really active in social media as well. So yeah, that is pretty good, I think. They are really involved in political issues, and they have more awareness now because like like a lot of different things happening here.
Yeah.
Is it getting better?
Yeah, but there are still some unresolved things, I think, because we can't go protest now because COVID. So yeah.
What's the international or domestic issue that you are most interested in?
Okay. For me, it is mental health issues like in Asian countries because like we're really repressed with our emotions. Like I don't know why, because it's an Asian thing, I guess. I don't know, but like when you talk about like your feelings and your family, and when they feel like they'll feel like you're weak, they'll be like, oh, just go through it.
Yeah.
It's a phase. And yeah, but in Australia, like they have like they're really aware of mental health issues, and like the "Are you okay?" day.
Yeah.
You'll ask people, "Oh, are you okay?" Yeah. So that is a really good message for like Asian countries as well as like other countries as well. And so I feel like mental health issues, because it like if you're mentally unwell, you're physically unwell as well. So I feel like we have to tackle this issue. Yeah. And in the world, I guess we have to be aware about like people's feelings, not only like physical abuse and stuff, but mental as well. Yeah. I think some I was watching a podcast, like listening to a podcast a few days ago. It's about like you guys know about K-pop. Like there are many suicides before, like some idols suicides. Yeah, and they started to like the podcast has like a app called I don't know what's it called, like Mind something. So it's to raise awareness of mental health in Korea. So that is a really good thing to do, maybe like all around the world. Yeah.
So you mean, do you want people to have more like awareness of to be like sharing the mental health?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be like a first step, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I
treat.
heard from Hinano that in Australia you guys talk about like depression more openly during classes.
Yeah, like in Hong Kong, it's it's getting better, I think. But like
Um,
some family members will feel like will say, "Oh, it's not true. Like there's no such thing as
mm,
mental issues."
Yeah,
They'll
yeah,
just brush it off.
yeah,
Yeah,
you're just weak, they say.
yeah, like it's not
yeah,
an issue.
or like yeah, that is like kind of sickness
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Japan, you know. And we treat like not we, but like people treat other way. Like if people have depression or something.
Yeah. Josie on the other video from Australia, she said that Australia is not perfect at like resolving mental health issues in Australia, but we still think that like Australia is more progressive about
Yeah,
those like talking about it more openly
yeah,
and accepting those people who are struggling with it, which I think is very important.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's still better than Japan or other countries, right?
Yeah, I think so. It's
I think
definitely
like
some, yeah.
oh yeah, accepting is kind of another issue because like
Mm-hmm.
some people say they have anxiety, and
Mm.
then they'll like some other family members will be like, "What? What's that? Are you insane?" Something like that.
Mm.
That is not. It's not a really good response, and it'll
Mhm.
make you feel even worse, I guess.
Yeah.
Like as a person with mental disorder. So yeah,
Yeah, even family, like family member doesn't understand the person, right?
yeah. So
Yeah, so like I think like who others can understand them,
yeah.
you know?
Indian, do you have anything to share?
I feel like you guys are doing a good job. Like
Oh, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
stuff is really interesting. Like
Yeah,
I watch
those
a few videos on your
yeah,
channel.
those comments like it makes us really happy, right?
Yeah.
Good job. Keep on doing this.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you,
We will do
Mavis.
best.
Yeah, great. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, Mavis.
Thank you.
For
All good. Bye.
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 Okay. Thank you, Mavis, for your precious stories. And thank you guys so much for watching the video to end. Please do not forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a thumbs up. So until next time, bye.